Welcome to my channel, Junior Spirit. I was on a roll. I am on a roll. And yeah, out of nowhere, basically, I was feeling like smudging. And being on the roll, I was like wanting to share. Wanting to share knowledge, wanting to share how to be better. And I got stopped in my track. Then I saw some 3D confirmation. And then I got reminded of myself, where if I encounter people that want to know something. For example, the school director of one of my kids was eager to know about the peeling back the onion theory, that mindfulness, how do you do it, etc. And my first reaction was like, that's nice, that's welcoming, that's okay, let's go, basically. That's how I got to get some insight into the school into the school system. As you notice in my videos, you see the growth. You see me sometimes stumbling over words or go where I wanted to share, but I got stopped. That is basically you working with spirit, or however you want to call it. And that's a protection that you don't overshare. Sometimes they might give you some more freedom to see if you trust yourself and if they can trust you. Anyway, me practicing keeping the authenticity levels up was like, yeah, but if I promise or if I say I want to uphold my promise, that's also what I know of a Taurus. Yeah? My morals and principles are basically don't promise anything, just keep your mouth. And I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than people promising me whatever and don't show up. So with the awakening, spiritual development boils down to the promises that you didn't keep to self. That is, and there are so many steps in between, where you sometimes catch yourself borderline, but there are more truths to a story, more layers to a story, more of an overall view on a story. So anyway, now I can, as I said, you can see me be like, and then I don't have permission to talk about it. So 3D confirmation, I was around kids, for example, and I also noticed that happening where I was talking and was, for some, I had a moments within the lessons where it has to do that you are directed to listening instead of talking. I can be both. I can be an introvert, or I can be chatty. But I noticed it, me doing it with kids, and in between I had a moment of, am I now supposed to listen, or am I now talking, channeling them? But no, and I felt like dumbing it down. I would almost say act dumb, but it is not acting, it is a direct of that kind of communication. Yeah? So the school director was open, yeah, to knowledge. But every time I was like having that, I was always wondering why. So there I chose to, I acknowledged that, I accepted that. Okay, now I'm like that. Must have a reason, I don't know the reason, but let's go with the flow. Therefore, he was a bit in his ego, or got in his ego, and I got it all together. When are you? And then you get that sword edge, yeah, of okie doke. He looks really nerdy, yeah, but looks can be deceiving. It looks like, and that's not a, yeah, it's a general term. But like, anyhow, that situation escalated, but it is now for my channel, for some of the people. That confirmation that not, or that everything happens for a reason. So that dumbing down, so to speak, is the protection that spirit gives you. Because they know, they see. Then again, that energy of people being somewhat stuck. I have noticed a layer of people that are considered sick. So after coma you can be basically reset to bed, and then you have to relearn everything. Even speech can be affected, and therefore those people, but spirit is, there are similar ways or other illnesses as how a person gets trapped in their mind. So be considerate of people carrying a handicap. I did another video about brujeria, and I thought that that answered the question. And I saw had some other insights. Have to put it politically correct. But I have seen, and this has to do with the spiritual warfare topic, where there are occult practices and it's easier, it's a generalized term to point a finger at one direction. Yeah? Due to privacy laws, etc., we need to adjust or be creative. But there were other tarot readers that were talking about mirror magic. And I knew about scrying, and I knew that through scrying you can basically open portals or see portals. Little did I know that there was a freaking whole niche. And that is knowledge that it has been shared for what I encountered for 6 years now. No, which I encountered, yeah, in a confirmation content that is 6 years old. Practitioners want to know but there's a thin line. Just pulling slow cards as I go, just You don't share knowledge. If you want to protect the knowledge and protect people from themselves. That is common sense. Oh yeah, practitioners wanted to know, or people dabbling in the field want to know if I the only thing I can say, the initials F, so like in Francis, B, as in Bardo. So there is knowledge of FB being shared, but you got practitioners who share their content on public platforms, and that has been going on for 6 years. You got some better versions, and that was about mirror books. And that is basically your journal. And you have a journal of your dark side and a journal of light side. Anyway, if that matter is going around, circulating around for I'm laughing. Yeah, okay, I can interpret it, thank you. Yeah. For so many years. And people already can abuse technology out of greed. If people already abuse their social status to get in places and be about it, then with logic there are people that roam around in every field, every area, abusing their ish. So, there were some people abusing the advanced versions of those teachings. The thing is, with spell work and magic, you can overcome it or soften the blow, basically, if you know where it comes from, if you know its source. Practicing magic, there is a hierarchy, yeah. But when you are not yet a magician, or you didn't get politically correct, is get it out of one source, your knowledge. You might get yourself stuck. And you did to yourself. Yeah. So people kept it quiet. Basically, so the knowledge was kept safely. But when people practice and they think, oh, I got new content. I got a new niche. And or get that way. Think it through. Slipping somewhere on that ladder, yeah? Or with initiations, etc. And they start sharing. Then you get somewhat of a virus. In the ethers. And then it needs to be confined back to sender. When you are starting, so I don't want to scare people who with good intent are, yeah, just that's why you need to know yourself. Know where you might get tempted just in 3D life. And with manipulation, how you can or would could get infected in the ethers. Always choose from the heart. Yeah. Always say for the highest good of humanity, for collective. That's very important. And then you can say, after you did that, then you can say, ask for guidance. It will make sense when you get there. Yeah, so people doing in that niche of the occult, mirror magic, it ain't fair, or balanced magic. If the majority is not aware of what you are doing. Because in those niches there were people who got into contracts and wanting to shove that off easily, as in a sacrifice. So they didn't have to sacrifice. You are busted. Hold on. So had to save you all from half-naked people because of the humidity over here. Yeah. So there is a niche or a couple of people practicing the older, or think they are practicing the older kind of magic. They are selling themselves as magicians. And this is for the people who got affected, just say, and for the people that are like, uh-huh. So we have magic they created, trying to shove it off like under the rock to other people, and I did a video about that. Other readers did videos about that. And I had confirmations of that happened. Let me say, in other settings as well, other belief systems. I had a confirmation as in I saw a movie called Spell, and there was a Bogati in there. And I had to share that if you don't hurt anyone, then no biggie. When you hoard information to be bigger, better, whatever, yeah, or try to escape your karma, but you have shared it with a group where the group got bigger and bigger and bigger, expanded with humongous followers, but the collective doesn't know about it, then it isn't fair magic. It isn't sum it up clean, it isn't of purity, etc. Before I stopped the video, there was something about the official groups were set in a negative daylight thanks to those kind of people. I don't have affiliations, and I said before, there are truths to the majority of stories. The rest around can be a big of something, but there is always a. So with that being said, I'm just saying, follow your intuition, follow your guides, follow your heart. I'm not going to say this is better than the other. In the overall, the benefits of sharing, but then you can create a new form of hierarchy. With a new form of safety measures. Let's say it takes 5 years to close out a theme, close up several cycles in that niche. So within a 5-year span, yeah, we slowly let other people share the next step of knowledge. Or we trust divine, create a bubble of have some gatekeepers. Yeah, so as in the old forms, but with a new way of viewing. Because I also like the example of the person with the initials FB. As I got it, and I just slightly tapped on that topic, as in reviewing, yeah, there was something about him being abducted or he had to do certain stuff for a certain group of people because, yeah, if more people know about their gifts, know about the layers in between, then you get a more level playing field. The actual ops will be like really still and blind and yeah, something better, because their history will repeat and or be cut off. I mean, that's why I was like, oh dear, yeah. Of the vampire deck. Vampire Tarot. It's like, ah! So that was regret, failure, disappointment, grief, pessimism, feeling abandoned or unloved, or sadness, mourning, discontent. Were ancient stories. I mean, I'm just seeing if I can share. Anything else? Or I have to share anything else? That was basically it, the rest is confirmation. And that is me staying on topic. At least in a way where people understand that I'm on topic. Because I know I can. Yeah, so you doing you. And sometimes get guided to do something else. It's for your protection. Because you're confusing or your confused state at that moment creates that message or that experience back to what's sending you whatever, and that gives you space and what have you. It's your protection, and believe that you are protected. We'll share other content further in. No, Spirit was like, there were energies just show up as in energy of wanting me to do French braids. Do I know how to do French braids? She does French braids. What can I say? So for the people suffering or who were If you know that you are otherwise clean, these were the cards on top of the spread. The Knight of Scrolls. Or the Six of Scrolls. Six of Scrolls. Come on, focus! I was focused. You can do it. Frickin'. Nurturing, practical, generous, welcoming, sensible, luxurious, caring, homebody, good business sense, working parent, Queen of Pentacles. There I covered all the energies. And I'm going to watch myself some ghost investigations. Yeah, I will share this because this spread on my community board. So like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and or look out for the next post on my community board. And then you will see the spread. Maybe somebody else gets something out of this message for them. Because I read for several layers of the community. Because I did sense some people be like, but you are further involved and you should be for or whatever. That way I'm open, I don't judge, because if we look at retrograde, if we look at what have you, we all can get a little bit yeah, and therefore we like that simplicity, and that can be a signal to the people watching as well in that moment to take a couple of steps back. Yeah, ending this channel. See you in the next. Bye.